Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you today. We actually have a fantastic guest that's going to be with us during the second hour. During the second hour, we got a guest that's coming in. She's actually running for office here in Gwinnett County, and she's going to be with us on the second hour. So if you're not busy, make sure you tune in. Make sure you lock it in right here to the Morning Glow. We got a topic, and Leonard is actually en route. He'll be here in just a little bit as well. He'll be here just a little bit as well. So, we definitely going to have Leonard with us as well. And so we're going to move forward. We're going to keep this thing going. And let me see. We got people sending us waves and stuff. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Glad to have you. Definitely glad to have you. I'm going to start sharing the broadcast, but the phone lines are open. Hi. Hey, that's my man right there. That's Miss Anna. You all know Anna. Anna, she's our sister. Her husband is here. Just wanted to. Yes, sir. Good to meet you, sir. I'm looking forward to getting you in the studio with us, sir. Sometime when you get a chance, I'm looking forward to getting you in here in the studio. And I don't know if you listened this morning, but I definitely wanted to get you in the studio, man. Me and you gonna do a show. We're gonna do a show ourselves. We're gonna do a man-to-man show. Yes, that's Anna's husband, man. I love that brother. Had never met him, but I love that brother, man. I love his spirit, man, and everything that he brings, man. Fantastic young man. Now, we're gonna keep this thing going. We got a topic today. And the topic is this right here. A lot of times in this day and time, now, men, I'm gonna talk to y'all for a second. A lot of time, men, we get ourselves in a situation where we worry about our family, and we worry about things that's going on with our family. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all something. I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all something right now. And I hope y'all hear my heart when I say this. There is, outside of God, there is no love like a mother's love. There is no love like a mother's love. And I say that, not in any way at all am I trying to down my brothers. And there's a lot of great fathers out there. I'm not trying to down any one of them. They're all the ones that's doing like they're supposed to do and being real father, real men to their children and to their families. I applaud you. I absolutely applaud you because you are needed. I applaud you. Yes, you are needed. You are absolutely needed. But at the same time, we're talking about a mother's love. And there is no love outside of God's love stronger than a mother's love. And so that starts the topic we're talking about today. How do you tell a mother? How do you tell a mother not to worry? That's our topic today. How do you tell a mother not to worry? Now, a mother, she's going to worry about if her child could be doing good, could be doing great, but she's going to find some kind of way. She's going to find some kind of way to worry about her child in some form or fashion. Some shape, form, or fashion. She's going to find some kind of way to worry about her child because that's her child and she loves her child. So how do you tell? My question is this. How do you tell a mother? How do you tell a mother not to worry? How do you do that? What words can you use to tell a mother not to worry about her child? I think it's and the phone lines are open, 678-381-1973. Some of the mothers out there, some of the real mothers out there, I want you to call in right now, and I want to have a conversation with you. And I want you to tell me what it's like when you're worrying about that child. And that child sometimes there could be nothing wrong. Sometimes there could be nothing at all wrong, and you can still worry about that child. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Hold on for a minute. I got to respond. Hold on to me. Good deal. Good. I'm responding. I hope my brothers is tuning in this morning. But my question is this. Donald, call in, brother. You know we need you calling in here. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. I'm going to say it again. 678-381-1973. But how do you tell a mother not to worry? What words can you use? And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. It is not going to work because what's going to happen is, you can talk to your blue in the face, you can talk to your little butt kick a field goal. But that mother going to worry about her child. I'm of a certain age. My mother lives in Columbia, South Carolina. I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm of a certain age. I'm a quote unquote grown man. But mama still worry about me. She'll call me, baby, how you doing? Doing okay, mom? Nah, baby, how you really doing? Mom, I'm all right, Mama. You know, Mama, I'm okay. Nah, baby, I was worried about you last night. Mama, that didn't happen last night. What happened? And you know, I don't talk to my mama like that. You know, I'm dramatizing it for radio to make it sound a little better. But you know, I can't talk to mama like that. Cause mama got a way. Mama hit you in the mouth. I don't care how old you get. Mama hit you in your mouth. So you know, I got one of the mamas. She'll hit you in the mouth. I don't know if y'all got that kind of mama or not, but I got the kind of mama. She'll hit you in the mouth, and not worry about it. Before you know it, she done threw one of them Ali rights on you. Pow! Might be a two-piece. Pow! Pow! Oh, Lord. And what do? Take it. That's all you can do. You can't do that. That's mama. Mama hit you in the mouth. What else you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Mama, you got that one. Mama, mama, you got that one. Oh, mama, you getting a little quick. Mama, you getting quick. Ooh, your hands getting a little fast, mama. Mama, your hands getting a little fast. But that's what. But seriously, I'm clowning a little bit. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. There is no love outside of God's love. Now, God is the greatest love of all. God is the absolute greatest love of all. But I'm gonna tell you something. There is no love like a mother's love. It's second only to God's love. And so, with that being said, how do you tell a mother not to worry? What words do you use? How do you come at her? Now, how do you fix yourself to say, Mama, I'm okay, don't worry about me? How do you fix yourself to say that? No. How do you do that? And even if you did, you're talking to deaf ears. You're talking to deaf ears because your mother's going to worry. You can walk away and, oh, here we go. Good morning. This is the Morning Glow. This is the Morning Glow. We're talking about this morning. How do you tell a mother not to worry? How do you tell a mother not to worry? What do you say to that? First, who am I talking to? Who's calling?
Can't do that.
Exactly.
Tell me. At the end of the day, by the way, this is Sherry. Good morning.
Good morning, Sherry. How you doing?
I'm fine, blessed, and highly favored.
There you go. Come on. I sure will. Yes, I am. Y'all need to hear me when I say it now. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what it is. But Sherry, how do you tell a mother, a real mama, you know, not one of these little women out here that just had a baby, you know, we ain't talking about them. That's another show. But a mother, yeah. How do you tell, how does one tell a mother not to worry and think that mother is not going to worry? What,
I mean, you can't, I mean, you can, you know, try to like, you know, I guess, give them comfort. Because I tell myself all the time, you know, I'm going to take care of what I can take care of. I'm going to pay over my children and leave the rest, I'm going to give it to God. Because I can't watch them 24 hours a day. They have to go to school. And with all the mass shootings and this, that, and the other, I worry. But like I said, God is in control. So I pray over them. I try to teach them right from wrong. And I've had issues here and there, you know, with my kids at school and dealing with grief and everything and saying stuff and what, you know, and them having to interaction with other kids that are bullies and this, that, and other, that all I can do is put them on the right path and everything. Like I said, I pray over them and I give it to the Lord, but I'm still worrying. Yeah. It's in our nature because you want to be the best mom, you want to do this, and it's like you said, there's nothing like a mother's love.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like if something were to happen, Mama Bear gonna flip out.
Oh yeah.
Because I have flipped out one time, a couple of times. The room went black. I couldn't find my child. I said, don't leave from next to me. She moved from my right side to my left side. I was in a grocery store. I said, Zoe, where are you? And I didn't hear her. The whole store went black. And I was just like, people say when you get mad, you see red. No, I see black. Everything was black. And I was like, Zoe. I kept calling her name. I couldn't hear her. She was like yanking on me, like, I'm right here. I told you not to move. She said, no. You said don't leave from your side.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I flipped out because, I mean, the mothers love you. Unless you are a mother, a real mother, you can't really explain it and put it into words. It's just something in you.
Yeah, exactly. And see, and that's the thing right there, you know. And I'm not trying to downplay a father's love because we love our children. We love our children. I go ahead and tell it. We love our children. We really do. We do. We sometimes have a different way of showing it than mothers shows it. We have a different way of showing it because men are, how they say the thing, women are from Venus, men are from Mars. So we have a different way of showing it sometimes. Our love is a different kind of love. But that mother's love, there is nothing in the world outside of God's love. And I say it all the time. Outside of God's love, there's no love more powerful than a mother's love for her child. There's no love more powerful. And so when you get in a situation where you're having to deal with, that issue of a mother, and she's worried, and you talking about, look, what, baby, it's gonna be okay, baby. Don't worry. You talking to yourself. You talking to yourself. Because this mother is going to worry about her child, good, bad, or indifferent. The mother's going to worry about her child. That's just what it is. Leonard, come this way. Yeah, she's going to worry. She's going to definitely worry about her child, and that's just what it is. And we're talking to a mother right now. Young lady, tell us, talk to us. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, it's just crazy because I remember another situation where I went to my daughter's school to pick my daughter up. Mm-hmm. She accidentally got on the school bus. And they kept calling for her in the class, from the classroom, come on, she was not there. And I'm like, where is my child? Mm-hmm. And I'm cracking jokes because I'm trying to keep my composure. Mm-hmm. But I told the principal of school, I said, I've been dealing with y'all for the last 4 years. Do I need to divorce y'all? They was like, oh, calm down. The principal went in the school. He was like, what's going on? I told him, gave me that funny look. Went to school, made a few phone calls. Come to find out, she got on the bus and she was at my cross street neighbor's house. But I was trying to keep my composure, and I was walking around. I was pacing. I was like,
look here,
y'all just don't know.
look here, you about to turn that.
I'm about to tear the roof off this building.
Exactly. You about to turn that school. The whole school about to be turned over. Good morning, Leonard. How you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Leonard, what we're talking about, and I want to preface this. And so everybody know we're not negating or downplaying a father's love, because like we love our children, we really do. But Leonard, there is no love outside of God's love like a mother's love for her child. So with that being said, a good mother, I'm talking about the real mamas. I'm talking about the real mothers now. I ain't talking about the one that just had a baby. I'm talking about the real mothers. With that being said, how do you tell a mother not to worry? How do you tell a mother not to worry about her child? How do you fix yourself to say that? And what do you think the results will be with you even telling her that?
Well, it's not something that I would tell, somebody like it's definite. Mm-hmm. She has a right to worry. It's her child, like you said before. Mm-hmm. It's not going to change.
Exactly.
It's not nothing that you can change. Mm-hmm. It's just there, and it's great. When I remember when. Mothers were the epitome. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Come on. You didn't get no closer than God's love.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
And just recently, we see more instances where even mothers now, people that have babies, are doing terrible things.
Yeah. And it's heartbreaking, brother. I saw something on the news just yesterday, but go ahead.
So, time has even proven a lot of things different. Mm-hmm. A lot of things different. But that bond between mother and child is a bond. Leonard, and science and everything is
Leonard, that doggone. I'm gonna tell you something. That devil is busy, ain't it?
Oh, all the time, man. That's what the devil's supposed to do.
Because that joker got mothers killing the children.
And I'm not one that blames stuff on the devil. Mm-hmm. It's just the fact of one, we think certain things don't go together. Mm-hmm. Love does not go with procreation.
Come on,
it just doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you know how some people have been using it, and we've just been doing things that are just so out of order that when we start, anybody can make a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make babies.
You ain't got
And so that's what you're seeing: people without love making babies. Mm-hmm. And these are hateful people. They were hateful before, and then they hateful after. They hateful during. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are so disturbed to bring people in the world, babies in the world, to destroy them, to take their vengeance out on them.
Wow.
And so we have to deal with that whole psychology that's going on that was predicted. Mm-hmm. It was prophetic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. What was that song? There's a song about that, man. For the love of money, that's what it is.
Yeah, man.
For the love of money, that's exactly what it is.
And then, but as far as like say for instance, having recently lost my mother, that is first nurturer. That's where you
Yeah.
learn to attach to other human beings.
Exactly.
To not have that, if you talk to the people who do not have it,
That's your first teacher of
There's a
everything, of
disconnect.
life. That's your first teacher
Right.
of life. Yes, sir.
because somebody got to be there. There's a need for the position. It ain't got to be the person that gave birth, but someone needs to be in that mothering position.
Exactly. So with that being said, excuse me, the phone lines are open, 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. The phone lines are open, and I need to hear from you. How do you tell a mother not to worry? Now, we've painted a picture. We painted a beautiful picture here about the mothers and the love that a real mother, we're not talking about the ones that just laid down and had a baby. No, those, like I said, again, that's a whole different conversation. We're talking about the real mothers that love their children, that are there for their children, that would die for their children, that will kill or die for their children. These mothers. How do you tell her not to worry? Sherry, how does one do that?
It's just not humanly possible. All I can say is that you can give them comfort, for them to like rest a little bit, kind of like stand down when you mentally about to go to war. You be like, okay, calm down, stand down, we got you. But they might, be at ease a little bit, but they still looking. It's like my antennas are always up. I'm always looking. When I'm in the parking lot, I don't let my kids run through the parking lot. We're at a store or something. I'm watching cars. I'm looking, I'm listening. I'm checking this out. I'm checking that out. I'm watching because they got trafficking going on. You know what I'm saying? Kids are going missing. It's alarming. So I'm watching everything. So I'm like, my antennas, I'm always alert on everything. I mean, I go nights without, sleeping because I'm watching my kids. I'm going in there, checking on them, and then like when they were infants, checking and making sure they was breathing because of SIDS. I mean, a real mother goes sleepless nights because they're always on high alert, watching their kids, checking this and checking that, being alert to what's going on in the world, trying to make sure this is okay, that is okay. And I mean, it's just, my mama tell me I'm that good mother to the extreme, and I need to find a balance. But I don't know how, because I love my kids. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into my kids.
Yeah.
And it's like I remember my daughter, my oldest, got mad at me and told me, "You don't love me. You don't care nothing about." I had turned around, I almost backhanded her off the sofa. I said, "How dare you say that to me?"
Hold on, you almost said you almost blackhanded her. Good Lord.
I wanted to slap the taste out of her mouth. I mean, seriously, I'm like, "Excuse me." All the sleepless nights, all the things I have went without to make sure you had. The time, every time she called me, like, "Mommy, can you come to this at my school? Can you come to that?" I was there. Field trips. Matter of fact, she had a field trip because she's certified gifted in DeKalb County. She had a field trip to go to Six Flags. I can't ride roller coasters. I paid $75 just to walk around the park because she asked me to come. So I mean, you can't tell them to worry. We're so invested in our kids because they laid up under our hearts for all those months, and I never really understood the full circle of a mother and a child until I became a mother. And my mama would tell me, you did this and you did that. I was like, yeah, whatever. And it's like we don't have any private time. We go to the bathroom for 30 seconds. They knocking on the door. Mama, especially when they're toddlers, and then my 8-year-old still does it. Mama, can I do this? I'm like, can you wait till I get out the restroom? That's what they do. They don't do daddy like that. Daddy can be over there doing whatever. They do mama like that because they're chained to like hips. I mean, to our hips. It's like we're like Siamese twins to our kids and stuff. My kids don't leave me alone. So it's like for you to tell a mother not to worry, that's just not going to happen. It's just not. A real mother, not the ones who are doing all that. Like you said, a real mother. Because there's mothers out here that they don't need to wash a flea. I'm sorry. And then I have a relative in my family who does not have a maternal bone in her body, but she has children, and all I can do is pray and keep it moving.
Wow.
But it's the truth. We all have family members and whatnot that are not exactly on the page that they need to be on. But
That's true.
A mother's love and telling them not to work, a real mother, that's just not possible. All you can do is tell them to stand down for a minute and relax.
Yeah.
But they are always going to be on high alert. They are always going to be mentally thinking this and thinking that, trying to stay on top of this, trying to stay ahead of this, making sure this is being taken care of, make sure they got socks, the shoes, and everything, going without this. I had to go buy my kids some shoes of that. I couldn't remember what size shoe she wore. And the lady was like, "You don't know what size shoe your baby wore?" I said, "I think it's a 7." I don't remember because I'm so all over the place. I'm so stressed in trying to make sure. I'm like, to me, that's something small.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
remember the size shoe.
Because there's so many other things.
You know what?
Yeah, there's so many other things that you have to deal with, that you have to work on.
Yes, and that's small to me.
I got you.
Because I'm preparing them for their education. I'm trying to get them lined up for scholarships and all the other stuff. No, I remember what size shoe you are. I tried to call the school to figure out which size shoe, but they couldn't get her on the phone. But I was just like, okay, gotta, just take the humor and everything.
Exactly. And Leonard, a mother is always on the job. She's always on the case. When does? And she said when she'll go in the bathroom, they knocking on the door. Now that does happen. When does a mother have a time off, Leonard? When does a mother get not a day off, but a minute off?
Man, look, it's a thing that a mother is gonna do until them kids is on their own, and she gonna still worry. She's just gonna not have as much control. So you don't expect it to go anywhere, but it's definitely a problem when it's not there. For people who don't have it, or people who lose their mother early on and things like that. Now, you got some people just obsessive, where it's an issue and it's a problem. But, for the most part, it's a great foundation to start from.
Yeah.
A great mother.
Yeah.
And that's why people should really wait till they have something to pour into a child, really.
And that's one of the reasons why I say that the mother is the first teacher to that child, not only educationally, but the teacher of life, because she pours so much into that child. She pours so much into that child, man, that ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. And if the child absorb everything that the mother's putting out there, now they don't always do it, or they do it later. It's a circle. Your mother can plant something in you, and then it could be 10 years before it grows into something, or you realize it. That's what Mama meant. That's what Mama was talking about.
Definitely.
And so mothers, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Don't get discouraged. If they're not getting it right then, they'll get it. They'll get
hopefully.
it. Or hopefully, exactly. Or they'll be in a situation where they're gonna reflect or remember. That's what Mama meant when she said this. That's what I need to do. And then hopefully you get that phone call, Mama, I was in this situation and I remember something you said to me. Now let me share that. Now if you get that conversation, if you get that phone call, Mama, I was in this situation and this happened or that happened, and I remember what you told me about this. I remember how you told me to do this, and I did it the way you did. And guess what, Mama? It worked. What does that mean to you?
I'm looking for that day because I butt heads with my daughter all the time. She's my mini-me. She acts just like me. And I tell her to do certain things a certain way, and she's thinking I'm being anal or whatever. I'm not. I'm like, I'm your mother. I've tried it several different ways and failed. I said, it's not going to work. 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 Drilling her head, she does anyway. It's not going to work. Well, Mama, I thought I already been there, done that. But,
I tried with them.
But of course, them being who they are, that's what it is. And I think back to that old saying, you'll learn by and by. I think that's what they say. And then my mom used to tell me all the time, the choices you make in life will alter the course for the rest of your life, so make good choices. And she drilled that into my head over and over again. And then I went back to her after I thought I was grown and left her house or whatever. She was like, oh, I guess the grass ain't greener on the other side, and had to move back home, kind of like came back home with my tail tucked between me and everything and apologize. So, I mean, they gonna reach out there and they gonna try to do what they do. But I'm looking forward to when my time comes. My oldest is only 12 right now. So I'm looking for it because she butts heads with me left and right.
The day is coming. That day is coming because life doesn't stop. Life doesn't stop until it ends. And if that thing is still revolving, you see how I said that? That was good, wasn't it? Life doesn't stop to the end. Ain't that something? Boy, that was good there. But Leonard, if you as a father have that opportunity, will one of your children come and tell you that,
What?
Daddy, I was in this situation and I didn't know what to do, but then I remember something that you said to me, and I did it the way you said to do it, and guess what, Daddy? It worked. How rewarding would that be?
Well, it would be great. As no, you listen, you pay attention. You do what you're supposed, you take advice well. That's like a lot of people are hard-headed throughout their entire life because of that whole situation. And I was just fortunate enough to understand how things were supposed to go. Or it was taught to me a particular way that made sense to me.
Okay.
So I didn't have a reason to go against my parents and things like that. So I had a very open, liberal type of upbringing. We had boundaries and things like that, but we were allowed to make our own decisions.
Oh, Lord.
We were allowed to choose things on our own. Nothing was forced upon us.
Okay, you weren't forced.
So I was fortunate enough to be raised by Christian parents that were like that. And a lot of people don't have that opportunity. There's some people that are, take it to the extreme sometimes, especially when you have now a lot of children are just products of a good time. That's the problem. It's not just inherent. It's not a father just because. That's the part you learn. That thing that you do as a father and as a mother is called parenting.
Exactly.
That's what parenting is. And without that proper parenting, our kids are failing. You got some kids that are going to be harder than others, or what have you. But it's just to steer them along the right course so they get the basics. And then you find yourself doing it, how long you continue to do it. Like my mother used to say, I'll always be here to give you advice.
Exactly.
But you should be old enough by now to make your own decisions.
And see, the thing about it, and one of the things that that stuck out with me with this topic right here, is in this day and time that we're in right now, where it could really be a situation where if your child walk out the door to go down to the store or wherever they're going, they may not make it home. Especially if they look like us, they go out there, especially the little boys, they may not make it home. Something could happen out there in the streets, man, and something could happen out there in the course of them going where they're going, and they can't, and they may not make it home back to mama, and so mama have a right to worry. In this day and time, she really have a right. You don't want to see her worry, but at the same time, she have a right.
And there's also a thing to be said. There's also being in a position where you don't have to. Because we don't want to go over into anxiety disorder and things like that. Because there's a part of me that is an unhealthy part of anxiety. And I do mental illness forums and things like that. How to deal with depression and anxiety disorders and things like that. And it's a turnoff to me, for lack of a better word. I'm not going to be scared of every single thing.
Yes.
I had a discussion with some people the other day, and I literally wanted to get up and walk out of the conversation because all it was about is scared of this, scared of that. I really do not need that.
Yeah.
How do you get up every day scared of everything?
Everything.
All the time. So that's unhealthy. And I have to make sure that I don't, some people say, well, you can't, that's just too much. Well, if you don't practice on keeping that in control, you go overboard, man. And you start jumping on everything.
And it don't take long.
When you just put things in place, I found it was best to put things in place that give me that security that I need to at least have some confidence in the things that I've taught my child. So and just let God take care of the rest.
Yes,
but do what you can.
Exactly. Sherry, what do you say to that?
Well, I know that I've had issues with just negativity and all that other stuff. The thought process is It's crazy. And then, worried about, your child coming home and all the things that's been in the news, which kind of like piggyback off the other discussion we've been having this week, when the police officer called in and about, when you're out and about in the streets, you can't argue with the police. You have to look right, sit right, and everything. But yes, it's like when your child goes out, especially if the child is driving and they can get pulled over and everything, you want them to come home. When you send them out in the world to go to school and go to practice after school, they're driving home, you want them to come home. You don't expect to get in a call.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that trickles down into a mother still worrying your child. There's so many kids have left their house, going to school and going to practice and all that other stuff, and just didn't make it home.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's so sad, and it's like my heart goes out to them, and I pray that I never have to deal with a situation like that. But it's just we have to make sure we're teaching our kids the right thing to do when you're out the house, and don't listen to these friends who try to be like, oh, well, you ain't got to do this, and, don't let them, like the thing, that it's something about being in the hood, don't let them punk you and talk to you like that, and it's about respect level. You teach your kids to respect all adults, no matter if you feel that they are dead wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell my child that. I say, you don't argue with an adult. You don't argue with a person of authority. If there's an issue, you keep your mouth shut, wait till you get home, and you come talk to me, and I'll handle it. Stay in your place.
Mm-hmm.
I got this. We need to teach our kids that, and then it's like, and I keep telling her, and I'm like, okay, I'm telling her all the stuff that's going on in the world. I like, if you don't believe me, Google it, because it's like at that age, I don't know what it is with the kid's mind. I guess I don't know if I was like that. I have to ask my mom, but I was a pretty good kid. Kids seem to think that the parents are lying to them. They don't want to listen to the parents. They don't know nothing. They want to listen to their friends, and their friends are the ones that's getting them in trouble and getting them caught up.
Exactly.
And then when they don't realize it till they in a situation, and here who's saving the day? Your mother, your daddy, or whoever that you have in your life, your grandma. Who's coming to save the day? Who's coming to fix you? Who's coming to get you out this situation, this sticky situation that can turn really, really bad?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Let me see. I did. I put the wrong number on this thing. Lord Jesus, and the people.
Yeah, that's how I had.
Lord,
I caught it.
Let me fix this real quick. But yeah, 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. I don't know what I was doing this morning. I must have been rushing. But 678-381-1973 is the number to call in here. Like I said, we got something fancy going on here. I'm gonna fix it right here. And yeah, but Leonard, talk to me, brother. What's on your heart, man? Make sure I get this thing right here. What's on your heart?
Interesting topic, I think.
Mm-hmm.
One I probably never would have thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not a mother.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And that's different.
And see, and that's the thing. Do we as men, do we really understand ourselves?
Well, I mean, I don't. Boy, it's different.
Yeah,
if I got a job to do, I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna learn about it. I'm gonna do the best I can at it, or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't look at things as what am I gonna do? Blah blah blah. I'm gonna have to do something.
Yeah.
So I might as well try to find the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell people, regardless of the cards you dealt, you got to play them
mm-hmm.
to the best of your ability. And I'm more concerned about attachment as it relates to how you its behavior
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. And how do we fix things
Mm-hmm.
in our community? And one of those things is that attachment piece.
Yes, sir.
That's the big deal.
Mm-hmm. Huge deal.
That's a lot of why these kids act the way they act.
Mm-hmm.
And things like that, because they are usually a lot of times reflections of the homes that they come from.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a whole bunch of psychology and stuff in between A and B that we could be better at.
Yeah.
If we because it ain't. I'm sorry, it ain't natural.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just something you get a baby and you looking like, what am I supposed to do? I got to keep it alive.
Yeah.
I got to keep it alive.
Y'all didn't give me the manual. Where's the manual? Where's the manual?
So it's difficult from that point of view. I'm in a really different part of my life. I wonder what my kids would say if someone asked them about their father. Because, I've let them know you never live your life.
Exactly.
I don't want them to use the same model, I would say, because I'm not as much into making babies and things like that. Exactly. So I would advise my sons. I don't wish for them this. Because of the responsibility.
Huge.
And you must be prepared and must be ready. As ready as you can possibly be, or at least willing to commit the rest of your life to it.
Exactly. Let me do this. Sherry, I'm getting some messages that the phone is acting up again this morning. So I'm going to shut the phone system down for a second and bring it right back up. Hang up and give me 1 minute, just 1 minute, and call right back in, okay?
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I got some people telling me that the phone line is not going through. So I'm going to shut this thing down and bring it back up, and hopefully that's going to rectify the situation, because I want to hear from each and every one of you. So if y'all ever have a situation, Skype, we use the Skype system over here too. And so, Skype is kind of funny. Skype got some funny things going on. And so we definitely going to, if you're ever in a situation where you're trying to call in and you can't make it, inbox me or get in contact with me, send me a text or something like that and let me know, because I definitely want you all's input. And the number is 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. And try now. If you try to call in and for whatever reason you couldn't get in, try now. That should have fixed the situation. So, I'm texting a few people as we speak. But yeah, it's a lot going on in this thing, man. And a lot of times us as men, we try to understand. We try to do the best we can to understand and I guess be compassionate about the whole deal.
About what deal?
About a mother's love and because a lot of times, I'm gonna tell you something. I've seen dads tell their wives, the girlfriend, or the mother of their children, "Oh, baby, don't worry about that child. He gonna be okay, or she gonna be okay." How do you do that?
Well, I mean, I've heard mothers say the same thing. My mother told me the same thing. You do the best you can.
Yeah. And
then from there, you rely on God to take care of those things and hope that you've instilled in that child what they need. But one thing you can't do is obsess over it.
Yeah.
And one thing I like about women and things like that is...
You're right, Leonard, but women do.
Well, I mean, that's
mothers do. Mothers do.
That's why I'm glad I'm not a woman. You'll never hear me want to be a woman or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I observe the uniqueness of being a woman. I don't know why they would strive to want to be like us. I don't even want to be like them. I mean, I enjoy the difference.
Yeah.
And I think people need to play their part. That's what makes this thing work. When you get out of order, it's a struggle.
Yeah.
So, and we shouldn't be trying to be this or trying to be that. There was an original design for it. It was created a certain way. It's a reason why the woman carries the child and does these things, because she has a purpose. She was designed for this purpose. There's nothing about that, that I wish upon myself.
Because I can't. I'm gonna tell you something. I can't carry and certainly can't deliver no child.
No, and so I don't covet other, and try to. Well, I can be just as good a mother to a. No, I can't. It's not my position. It's not my design. I can do the best I can, but it's not me.
Now, Sherry, have you ever heard a man say to his girlfriend or the mother of his wife or the mother of his child, "Don't worry about that. That baby gonna be okay. Don't you even worry about it. Going on in there. Don't worry about it now. Don't worry about it. They're gonna be okay."
My husband used to say that all the time, and he trying to take this conversation to a whole nother level. He got my wheels spinning in my head on it. He talking about the divine order, how things are supposed to be. Now you opening up some worms, a can, and I could take it there now. But yeah, my husband used to say that all the time. I would bring stuff to him. He'd be like, "They'd be all right. She'd be all right." And in the end, it wasn't all right, because here I am cleaning up a mess that he just didn't want to do. God rest his soul, but he was a lazy father. A lot of things he just didn't help me with. He loved to cook, so he would cook dinner. But he went to work, cooked dinner here and there, and that was basically it. The other stuff that I needed help with, and then trying to do like family things and go out, he didn't want to do it. He moaned and complained if he did choose to finally go out with us or whatever. So it's like, I mean, I heard it all the time. It'll be all right. She'll be all right. She'll grow out of this. She'll grow out of that. And it's like, grow out of what?
Mm-hmm.
It's like we had the kids, but you not helping me, raise them.
Mm-hmm.
That's all me.
It's just they just going through a phase. They just going through a phase.
Yeah.
Kids go through phases. This is just another phase they going through. He over there burning the house down, but it's just a phase. It don't mean nothing.
yeah, and it's like and I'm sitting back thinking like all the mistakes I made, and all the times I like overlooked some stuff, and like now I'm constantly just trying to figure out, like, why did she say this? Why did she say that?
Mm-hmm.
My oldest daughter told my youngest daughter that she was ugly.
Mm.
And I thought about it. I was like, why? Where did this come from? And it dawned on me. My youngest looks like my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Like she spit her out, like he spit her out.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just mourning her dad's death, and she just said, you ugly.
Wow.
It wasn't that she was ugly. It was just the fact that she looks like her, just like her daddy,
mm-hmm.
and it bothered her.
Mm.
So it's like like I said, the mothers, real mothers, are always on edge trying to figure out why is this, why did this happen, why is this being said. I don't brush anything under the rug. I'm constantly trying to figure out why my child is doing this. Why my child got in trouble and got into a fight at school. I had to figure out what was going on. Because the kids were just coming at her, and she blew up. Because she's in mourning. I'm like, okay. And I told her, I was like, just leave her alone. We're dealing with, everybody has issues. Everybody has problems. And then the principal was telling me that you don't know what's going on in people's world. That's where it goes way back. And I'm going to keep telling this. You treat people the way you want to be treated. Mm-hmm. And that cancels out everything that's going on. You can't sit up and, well, don't nobody know what's going on. How we supposed to know? Like I said, just treat people the way you want to be treated.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to worry about that stuff. So it's just so much things that's going on, and it's like I'm worrying about a lot of stuff. So you can't tell me not to worry, because I'm going to still worry about my children. Because when I wake up each day, I don't know how they're going to react at school. I don't know if I'm going to get a call, because my youngest child, she was in the classroom. She was missing her daddy. She flipped out and started throwing stuff. Mm-hmm. And I had to come up off my job and go handle it.
Exactly.
So, everybody's situation is different. People have had traumatic experiences that may not be losing a parent or a sibling. It may have been something that happened to them. They was in a car accident or whatever the case may be, and they still can't sleep at night from that. Anything can happen, but we still worried. I'm still on edge. I'm still like, when I open my eyes every day, I thank God, I give God the glory that I made it through a night, and I'm still here.
Exactly.
But I'm always on edge. I have work to do. I have to raise these kids. When they leave my house, then I'll sit back and I'll take a breather. But I'm still gonna be worrying about it if they in another state and they're in college.
Exactly. Good deal. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Well, my name is Earl. Yeah, I'm Earl today. I was somebody else today. I was somebody else yesterday.
Oh,
it's just a fish camp.
No. You got DKM Radio. This is the Morning Glow, and we're talking about how do you tell a mother not to worry. That's our topic. We're talking about how do you tell a mother not to worry. How do you do that?
Well, you can't tell a black mama not to worry.
Uh-oh. Come on now. You about to start something.
You can't tell a black mama not to worry, because she got a lot of stuff on her plate. Mm-hmm. Especially she have, in our culture, it's hard because, for the simple fact there's so many different things that plagues us. Mm-hmm. And we don't know what's going to happen on a day-to-day. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Especially if we have black young men, you don't know, you have to have a dialogue with them on how to react if the police pull them over now.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And then you got to tell them how to handle themselves when they're in the hood. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you got two elements working against you.
Okay. Good deal.
You being born black, man, can cause you a lot of problems. So you can't really just tell the mother not to worry. You know, perfect example. My wife last night, my son went outside to talk to one of his friends. He called him on the phone and asked him what was he doing. You know, because you know some of his friends ain't the best of friends.
Exactly. Come on, talk about it.
And you know, and you got to realize something too. You know, we can tell people not to worry, but we don't know everybody's situation. You know, I don't care how good you feel your children is. You don't always know what your children are doing when they're not in your face.
Exactly.
That's just like right now. You know, I'm doing an anti-bullying thing with a gentleman, and when that little kid, that little 10-year-old killed himself. You know, that has me to be an activist for, you know, kids against bullying. You know, and what you doing, the cup of love.
Yes, sir.
You know, you trying to help children and stuff, man, that don't have food. We don't know what we go through as parents and in our society. So we have to be aware of that, man.
Exactly.
You can't tell somebody not to worry.
That's true. That's true. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Good morning, Annie from Mississippi.
Hey, Annie from Mississippi. How you doing this morning?
Oh.
Great.
Annie, your
Wait
phone.
a minute now. I hadn't said nothing to you last. He wasn't saying nothing to you this morning. I haven't even woke up really get real good yet. So hey.
So you
I
were saying that you weren't gonna say nothing, and I'm worried about Annie.
Lord, my Jesus, look here. I'm praying for both of y'all.
I was thinking about saying something, but I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Good. Listen, and let me ask you a question because I want to tackle a little bit more of this right here because we actually have a guest we're gonna bring in just a few minutes, and she's doing some fantastic things in and around the Gwinnett County and in the state of Georgia. So we definitely want to bring her in and have a conversation with her. But I want to ask you this question, Annie. Our topic today is this: how do you tell a mother? How do you tell a mother not to worry? How do you tell? In this day and time, and see, I got a reaction from a guest. I said, "How do you tell a mother not to worry?" She said, But and how do you tell you being a mother? How do you tell? How does one? And even I've also seen where fathers, you know, and we do it out of love. Let me just say it like that. We do it out of love because of the fact that we love our wives, we love our family. But we go to our wives sometimes and say, "Well, baby, don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay." But that is her child. It's our child too. But I say this all the time. There's God's love. Is the greatest love of all. God's love is the greatest love of all. But then if you look just a little bit down, there's mother's love. There's mother's love. Now it will never equal God's love, never. But you know, mother's love is the next thing to God's love. And so if we as fathers tell our wives not to worry about the children, are we being insensitive?
You stretching it, right?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say being insensitive, but a mother is going to worry because
anyway.
Yesterday my son left and went to Alaska, and I promise you, from the moment he left my site to the moment he got there at 1:14 this morning, that's what time I went to bed at 1:14 this morning. He texted me and said, "I'm here. I'm at the hotel." Because while he was there in a couple of places, like the second flight from Washington, from where he went to, some place from Seattle into Alaska, that was a 5-hour flight. No, from Atlanta to Seattle, that was 5 hours, and I couldn't get a hold of him. And I'm like, okay, well, something is wrong. So I began to Google the airline, because I want to know the timing of the flight. You know, were they late? Were they delayed? Because he's supposed to be answering his phone. So a mother is not going to stop worrying until she hears from her child, until she knows what's going on with her child. That's what a mother does. Because, and I'm not saying fathers don't worry, but I think a mother, my belief, I think a mother worries more and loves a little bit deeper, showed a little bit more, because she actually carried that child in her womb. And when she carried that baby in her womb, she is bonding. You know, she is, from the moment she found out she's pregnant, she's bonding with that child. So, you know, that's a part of her. It's like God put something in her and say, okay, here it is, now raise it. You know, and she have a job to do. So a mother is going to worry. A real mother is going to worry, and you can't stop her.
Now, see, I could take this conversation a whole different direction and tell you, I'm not going to let you sit here and negate a father's love. Now, I'm not going to let you sit here and put us down, because we love our children too. Now, I'm not going to let you, but I understand what you're saying, though. I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm not going to go there with you today. We got company in the house, so I got to be good. We got company in the house, so I got to be good today. But listen, we're going to...
let me say this right here before you move on.
Okay.
Like for my son, before he went on the road, like when he was coming home and staying like for weeks at a time, my husband would be upset because he would be like, you know, like, well, you're going to teach him not to be a man and all this other stuff. But no, I'm not. I'm making sure he's out there in the streets doing whatever. So I want him to be a working man and not out there doing what some young men do for money. So, you know, the man may say, you know, okay, you know what, you've been raised, do what you got to do. But the mother going to continue to nurture past the age of 21. She will continue to nurture her child. So, hey.
I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this to you, and I want you to hear my heart when I say it. I want you to hear my heart. I got to preface it by saying that. Do you know that even a bird, when the bird gets to be of a certain age, the mother kick him out the nest? The mother kicks him out the nest.
Annie from Mississippi.
But if he falls, if an eagle falls out the nest, if he begins to hit the ground or go towards the ground, she's going to go down and pick him up and bring him back up again.
What does that change the fact that she kick him out the nest?
That is Annie.
Does that change the fact?
And we know she off the chain.
She's casting him. She's trying to see if he's going to fly. If he don't begin to fly the way the other birds do, she'll go down and pick him up on her back and bring him back to her nest until he's able to fly.
Oh, he'll starve to death and something to eat him.
Look here. I say this all the time. God will provide for even the birds in the nest. God will provide for the birds in the tree, but He's not going to drop it in the nest. You got to get out. You got to get out the nest and go get it. He'll provide everything that you need, but He's not going to drop it in that nest. It has to come a point in the time when you go out there and you get it for yourself.
Kids grow up.
You got to let them grow up. You got, and I understand what he was saying when he said
your
that.
son 37, ain't he? How old is he?
30. He 30.
30.
Yeah.
This is my man, the truck driver,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. He 30.
Andy be in that man's business.
Okay, listen. This way. Lord, see, the conversation is taking a turn. The conversation, and y'all didn't even put a signal on. But listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to play a song. We're going to get our guests in here, man. And I want everybody to share the broadcast. Let everybody make sure they tune in, make sure they listen in, because this young lady, she's about to bring something to you that you definitely need to hear. So what we're going to do, we're going to play this song right here, Your Word. And after the song is over, our guest will be in. She'll be in position. And we're going to have a nice conversation. I'm looking forward to it. So listen, tune your ears right now. The phone number that you can call in, 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. Give us a call, and if you have any questions, I'm sure that she's very open to answering the questions that you may have. She shook her head yes, so I'm not getting ahead of myself. So listen to the song, and on the other side of the song, you will have our guest right here. Her name, let me get her name. I want to, huh?
It's Patty Austin, right?
Oh, you okay? Okay, go ahead, boy. You all right? Well, let's play the song, and we'll have her in on the other side of this song. Thank you. God bless you, and stay tuned. Okay. Come on.
Is the lamp unto my feet, Lord. Your word is the air that I breathe. Your word is the most important thing to me. Your word is the light unto my pathway, and your word is the lamp unto my feet. Oh, your word is the air that I breathe. Your word is the most important thing to me. I'll hide it in my heart that I might not sin against you. I'll hide it in my heart that I might not sin against you. I'll hide it in my heart that I might not sin against you. Your word is the most important thing to me. Your word is the light unto my pathway, and your word is the lamp unto my feet, and your word is the air that I breathe. Your word is the most important thing to me. I'll hide it in my heart that I might not sin against you. I'll hide it in my heart that I might not sin against you. I'll hide it in my heart that I might not sin against you. Your word is the most important thing to me. Your word is holy. Your word and is forever the same.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. We're going to cut the song short a little bit because I definitely want to get into this conversation. I want to get into this conversation. And the phone lines are open, 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Leonard over here complaining about my music. Lord, my Jesus. Complaining about my
morning
music.
time. We supposed to be waking up.
Oh, see what I'm up against? You see what I'm up against? Okay.
Some people just came in from the club.
Oh.
They trying to wake up to make it through the work day.
They might need to
And
go
you
to
just
sleep.
Sitting in traffic probably, and you putting them to sleep.
Oh Lord, my Jesus! But listen, let's get back to this conversation because I definitely want before we get into the conversation about what she's doing. I asked a question earlier, and we're gonna let her introduce herself. But I asked a question earlier about how do you tell a mother not to worry? So I'm gonna let her introduce herself first, and then I'm gonna throw that question to her. And I want to hear her heart on that. So everybody that's listening, we broadcast right now in 58 countries. So we're definitely in any city or state that you're in, you can hear what we're talking about. So this is absolutely fantastic. It's my thrill, honor, and pleasure of having with us this morning. We have with us this morning, Miss, I want to make sure I say the name, Patsy Austin Gatson. Did I say that right?
Good morning. Yes, you did.
Good morning. Good deal. Now, I want to ask you the question, and because I got a reaction from you when I actually said it. How do you tell a mother? How does one tell a mother not to worry?
I don't think that a person can tell a mother not to worry because it's just part of us. It's inside of us. Mm-hmm. We live and breathe, for our children for 9 months. Mm-hmm. And we take care of them. We incubate them. Mm-hmm. We cover them. It's just difficult to tell a mother not to worry. I think that only comes supernaturally, mm-hmm. to be able not to have the anxiety that a mother feels when a child goes out into mm-hmm. this world with everything that we're dealing with. And I had to take a deep breath when I heard you saying that, mm-hmm. because when I was carrying my eldest son, he's 27 now, mm-hmm. and I was carrying him when Rodney King was beat to a pulp. And that made me really say, I don't know if I want to bring this male child into this world with what he's going to have to go through. Mm-hmm. And at that time, when I was carrying my son, I wrote to my senator and told him, I'm really fearful in this country to bring my child into this world. Mm-hmm. And I think that every mother is concerned about that, because this is something I was talking to some people with recently about what we can do when you think about a young man. Mm-hmm. And I've raised one. We adopted 2 children later. Mm-hmm. But my eldest son, we had a lot of challenges mm-hmm, that we mm-hmm, had to deal with. Yeah. And eventually we talked to a psychologist that spoke about how there is a place in their brain that does not mature, will not mature until they're of age, 21 plus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so that prevents them from making the right judgments sometimes that they should be making. They're not bad people.
Yeah, exactly.
My son has a heart of gold, and he will do anything for anybody, but when you're raising them and you're seeing the peer pressure and the different things they have to go through, how they have to establish their own identity, and then hearing about everything that happens in our society with black men just being mowed down, chewed up like fodder, it's not a good situation. So a mother really has to be concerned. Dads have to be concerned too, because what you're trying to do is equip your children to go out here and be the best people that they can be.
Absolutely.
So the only way I got past that, because I used to really have a lot of anxiety, and I am a child of God.
Yes.
So I had to pray about this.
Come on.
I said, Lord,
Come on,
I was
preacher.
so concerned about it.
Come on, preacher.
So worried about it. So anxious about things that are happening. So concerned whether he's going to go out here, get himself in trouble, get shot, get hurt, be around the wrong people. Because you can kind of sense sometimes the people that they're around may not be good for them.
Yes, absolutely.
So I had to go to the scripture, and God more or less delivered me from the anxiety I was feeling on a daily basis about my son. Because the word says if you cannot add an hour to your life, something as small as that, why are you concerned about anything else? And for God, that's a little thing.
Yes, it is. Yes,
He
it is.
adds all hours. He woke me up this morning. So
Come on.
I can't add an hour to my life.
See, we can
But
stay right
He
here.
can.
We can stay right here. We can stay right here. Come on now. Come on. But see, the thing about it, when I'm talking to somebody, a lot of time in the first 2 minutes of me talking to them, I can tell. I can tell so much in the first 2 minutes of the conversation. And one of the things that I could tell about you is you care.
Yes.
You care. You care. And if anybody, you all can see her on the different platforms that we have. You can see her, but you can't see her as close as I can right now. And I can see the love. The love was just, when she was talking, the love was just pouring out of her. It was just pouring out. And so that's what we need. Now we're gonna get into why we brought her here, because she's already solidified everything, because of the fact that when you know that somebody cares, when you know that they care. A lot of times the saying is that my pastor used to say it all the time: a person don't care how much you know; they want to know how much you care. And now that I've had the opportunity to sit with her, I can see that she cares. So anything else, you already got me. But let's go into this thing. You're running for the Gwinnett County District Attorney.
That's correct.
Okay. Now, what is the reason? What is the passion? And I like to talk on a personal type level. So what is the passion with you? Why is it that you want to have this particular position?
Well, it took a lot of thought, concern, and prayer. I went in order to even consider running for this position, because it's not easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is very difficult, but I want to do it for my community. I want to do it for my children. I want to do it for my grandchildren. I've been living in Gwinnett County now for going on 22 years.
Okay.
I've been an attorney for 30 years. And I have had a lot of experiences, I feel, that I can bring into that office that will really make a difference in our county. We have issues that we need to look at: mass incarceration, recidivism, and not bringing our children into the system in the first place.
Yes.
There are a lot of things that in this position as a district attorney that I will be able to do in that position that will impact in a heavy way those issues.
Okay. Let me ask you this, because a lot of times, and not only here in Gwinnett County, and I live here in Gwinnett County, I love Gwinnett County, I really do. But as a whole, if we're talking about the United States or the world as a whole, there's certain people in positions that don't want a change. They're happy and they're content with the way it is, because it benefits them.
Yes.
The way that it is, it benefits them. We can dress it up in any way that we want, but at the same time, how are you going to be able to go in and change the system that's already in place? Because there are some people there that maybe, and I'm not calling no name, but maybe should not be there. So how do you in this position, how do you make a change?
Well, first off, people have to get out and vote.
Absolutely.
If you don't vote, you don't have a voice. So we want to have a voice and elect the right people in these positions that can make that change. Whether they like it or not, change is here.
Yes. Come on.
The time is now. And we have to, as the people, understand that we have that power in our vote. And we have to use it and hold the electeds accountable.
Yes.
I want to be held accountable because I'm running on a platform where I want to see things change. I think that people should have an opportunity to become fruitful members of our society. I mean, we all make mistakes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
When you have a person that's a first offender, nonviolent offender, we need to do something special for them so that they don't have to carry a criminal record, because that prevents people from getting homes. It prevents them from getting jobs. It prevents them from getting student loans.
Yes.
It's a whole ramification there once a person has a criminal record. And we are all aware of the disparities that have been landed on us as a people of, black and brown, people of color.
Yes.
This is the disparities there.
Yes, it is. Yes,
and
it is.
that you can't explain that away. It's not a coincidence.
Yeah. Come on.
Okay, so we have to understand, get the right person in office that can impact this. I don't feel right now we have the proper representation in that office. When you talk about someone that's been there 27 years and never had opposition, that's an issue.
Yes, an issue. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. It is.
That's an issue.
And see, I'm glad you said that, because that's something that a lot of people don't know. This individual has been in office for a long time.
Yes.
And some people would say, because of the fact that they've been in a position for a long time, it goes back to what we were talking about the change. Because some people don't want to change because they're so comfortable in who that person is.
Right.
Whether they're doing the job or not.
Right.
Raheem, this is who are you talking about?
There's some in the
Mr. Porter.
I wasn't going. See you.
I don't engage him as nicely as you do.
Okay. But that's why there's a balance. Absolutely. Go ahead, brother. Talk.
But people need to understand. We've talked about this for a while now, especially with the voting and what have you. That's going to happen in May.
Yeah.
She's running for district attorney in Gwinnett County.
Come on. See,
y'all got to show up. People stay in office because they win elections. Am I right?
That's correct.
If you don't show up and vote, she don't win.
Exactly.
So I used to live in Gwinnett County for a while, and Gwinnett County certainly has grown since I lived there.
Yes.
And we have interacted with the district attorney's office and Danny Porter, several cases, several issues, and things like that. So we know pretty much how he does things, and we ain't happy about it.
Yeah.
But at least he's conversational. You can interact with him, and his point of view, it would seem rational. Just like dealing with other district attorneys, like Paul Howard's office, for instance, and dealing with. But counties are different.
Yes.
People are different, and people don't understand the discretion and the power of the district attorney and what they're allowed to do. Whenever we have to talk to anybody or get involved, we have to go to the district attorney's office specifically to find out if what is a person being charged with. We have issues sometimes with first-time offenders and things like that. Yes, we have a great law, but sometimes we tell people maybe you do need to sit down for a moment or know the burden that you will be carrying once they give you a chance.
Yes.
And I don't think people understand the importance of that second chance, especially when you get involved with a district attorney that will give that to you. Instead of going for the max all the time.
Right.
And we notice they're changing things, and they're going into schools now, charging younger and younger. And sometimes when you talk to district attorneys, sometimes people think that's a whole different planet because they don't understand that if you decide not to prosecute, there's no prosecution.
That's correct.
And this is the discretion that district attorney used to
So you're not
caused this huge disparity.
So you're not gonna be nice.
That
You're not
we
gonna be
live
nice
in
like I was
today.
nice. You're not gonna be nice like I was nice, huh? You're not gonna be nice like I was nice.
Well, no, because people have to understand what it is.
Yeah,
They need
yeah.
to know
I appreciate that.
the district attorney's office is the one on the other side that charges you.
Yeah.
There are some district attorneys that are very compassionate people. We interact with, I do a lot of things in Fulton County most of the time. So I'm familiar with Paul Howard's office. And we stay on his case because he's been there a long time as
Right.
well.
Right.
He's in the community. That's how he maintains that office because we want him to represent our interests. But when it comes to things like prosecuting police, we have an issue. So a lot of people don't understand, how do police get to break the law and go free?
Let's go to Miss Gaston and have her get her stance on that. What do you say to that, ma'am?
Well, I think that police officers, government officials, all have to be accountable. No one is above the law. And I think the message that's coming from even higher offices sort of demonstrates that some people believe they are above the law. And when you're just district attorney, there will be no situation where a police officer will feel that they are above the law. And speaking on that point also, in how cases are brought to the district attorney's office, the police start out with a great deal of discretion also as to whether they're going to give someone a citation, a warning, etc. They have discretion also. And one of the things that I want to do is make sure that I am in the community, that I'm talking to the different policing agencies, that I'm asking them, what is your policy? What's your procedure? How are you handling this? Because if they bring someone in, then that's the beginning of them coming into the system. But if they're saying, okay, I'm going to let you go at this point, I don't see the strong case here, then that person doesn't come into the system. So we have to really start engaging with the police department. We have to understand, and also the other thing too that I want to make sure the policing agencies are taking courses on how not to ramp up a situation, getting training and coming down, because we have a lot of mental health issues also in the criminal justice system, and you have to have some training in how to handle people that are having issues like that.
Exactly.
So the gamut is wide. There's a big choice that we have to make coming up. Do we want to continue seeing things happen as they are, or do we want to see that change? And I'm asking for the citizens of Gwinnett County to vote for me. This is a historic election.
Yes.
There's never been an African American in that position, and there surely hasn't been a woman in that position. So I'm asking for your vote. I'm a mother. I'm a citizen of this county. I care about this county. We are one of the most diverse counties in the Southeast.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
I'm all about everyone, coming into this feeling as if they have a part in it and understanding that being part of this community is what it's all about. And we all have a role to play.
Yes, we do.
No one can really sit back, be comfortable, and do nothing. Everyone needs to be doing something.
Absolutely. And I'm going to reiterate what I said earlier. She cares. And I know that you're listening. If you're listening on the radio, if you're watching right now, you can see and you can hear it. It should be coming through that she does care. We have to go when we get some good people that's in place or in a position or could be in a position. Why would we not go out and vote? Why not take the time? It's not going to take too much of your day. Go out there and vote. Cast your vote. And I can't tell you who to vote for, but I can tell you who I'm gonna vote for. And I'm gonna tell you who I'm gonna vote for. It's sitting right here on the table right here. It says Patsy Austin Gatson. That's what I can't tell you who to vote for. I can't do that. But I can tell you who I'm going to vote for. And I'm voting for the change. And it's time. This is 2020. Everybody talking about 2020 being visual and all this stuff. Well, let's see the change. Why can't we see the change? We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Greetings, Raheem. Peace and blessings be unto you, sir. This is Jamie. I am on the rise.
Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing well.
Good deal. We're talking to this young lady, man, and she's actually running for office. And I know you've been on for a minute listening. Did you have a question of her, or is it something else you want to talk about this morning?
Actually, I do. There's a show we had, and we talked about the perception of being guilty until proven innocent.
Yes.
And I would like to know, and she may have already spoken, like I just signed on, but I would like to know what she would say to individuals that have that mindset, seeing as how the position that you all have been referencing refers to one who should be open-minded and represent justice. What would she say to individuals who had the mindset that they were guilty until proven innocent?
Ms. Cass?
That's one of the procedural issues in our system. Everybody knows you're supposed to be innocent until you're proven guilty. And the burden is on the state, allegedly, to do that. But when someone gets charged with a crime, they get arrested, they get brought in, their rights are taken from them, their freedom is taken from them immediately. So I think that specifically in our county, I think Gwinnett County has had a reputation for not being perceived as being fair, and the treatment not being applied overall to everyone. It's
Across
just
the
like
board. Mm-hmm.
it's just like Brian Stevenson said that in our country, you're better off if you're rich and guilty than if you're poor and innocent. So, these are things that we have to change. And I don't think it's going to come easily to change everyone's perception on that, because once you're in the throes of litigation, the whole world is wrong, feels wrong to you. So what I can do as a district attorney is let people understand that when they come into our system, we will look at the case as a whole. I had a case when I was in private practice where the ADA told me, oh, this is a bad case. It's not a great case. But I'm saying to myself, why are you prosecuting it? And that will be one of the things that I will be looking at. If we don't have a good case, then we shouldn't be trying to prosecute it just to get people to take a plea. And it should not be about the number of convictions that a DA's office is judged on as far as being successful. A district attorney's office should be judged on whether they were fair, whether people even felt like they were treated fairly. I think that's important. I think it's important for people to understand that they're going to get a fair shake. When you walk into Gwinnett County, when I'm the district attorney, you're going to get a fair shake because the case is going to be looked at from all different sides.
That's good.
Having been in that position, we're talking to people who feel like they have been treated unfairly. As volunteering and activist for the majority of my time, a lot of people don't understand. I used to tell them I'm worse than a district attorney, because if you can't share with me truthfully, the district attorney will destroy you and you will go to jail for a long time. And referring them to legal aid and things like that, as Raheem said, some people who don't even think they're going to get justice. So it changes their perception. And do you believe that what can we do with our loved ones to get them to understand this notion of, when someone appoints an attorney for you? A lot of times we have problem with that part of the criminal justice system.
Yes.
And the representation of those who can't afford the attorneys that, quote, really fight for the person paying the bill. And it's hard to believe that if you're not paying the bill that person is fighting for you. So how do you speak to the community about the purpose of those individuals appointed to represent them when they indigent in those situations, the public defender's office? Lots of complaints with that office. Is there something that you can do to change this?
Well, Gwinnett County right now does not have a public defender's office. So I would explore whether it's better to have an office here or whether continuing with the system that we have. I had experience recently. I'm right now working in the Gwinnett County solicitor's office. And I had an experience with a court-appointed attorney that just prior to the holidays would not go down, seek a consent agreement with the solicitor's office and get that person out of jail just before the holidays. It's like she was too busy. And I remember being in private practice on Christmas Eve arguing to the court for people to come out of jail so that they can spend that time with their families.
Yes.
And I think it's important because the character of the attorney you have and being able to understand that they're fighting really hard for you is important. It's important for that person to know at least that everything was done in their case to fight for them.
Yes, absolutely.
Because we've seen a big change with the solicitor in Gwinnett with stepping out and saying some things. And I was like, whoa, Gwinnett County, really?
Yeah. See? She talked about change. She talked about change.
Change for Gwinnett County.
Yes.
How do you feel about that step that he made?
Brian Whiteside is my boss, and he's a very good friend. I've known him for years, and I applaud him.
Yes.
Because he's going out boldly saying, this is what we can do. And I think this is the change that's coming to our county, where you have people placed in positions that are doing what's right for the community. It's about our safety. It's about our quality of life. It's about people being treated fairly. It's all of that is part of this. And as I said, I do applaud him for doing that, and I've been helping out. We recently had a record restriction summit for the misdemeanor cases. We had that in October. It's coming up again in March.
Okay.
And it's very restrictive as far as what cases we can, in fact, restrict so that a person doesn't have to go out and have that burden over their shoulder, when they're applying for jobs and apartments and things like that. But we're going to do that again. And that's one of the areas I will look at as district attorney. Having restriction summits even for felony cases. And then legislatively, we're looking at lobbying the state to change the laws, to make it better for people that have been law-abiding. Although they have records. Okay, if you've been law-abiding for a certain number of years, why should you continuously have to pay for that the rest of your life? And I don't think that's fair. I think that we should look at letting people who have been law-abiding, if it's been whatever amount of years, let's just throw 5 years out there. They've been a law-abiding citizen, they paid their debt to society. Let's let them get out, and let's let them not have to constantly report a felony conviction. This is something that we have to look at as a society. The United States has the most, as industrialized nations, has the most incarcerated people in the world. Okay?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, come on.
We have to change that.
Yeah.
It should not always be about this retribution. What about rehabilitation? What happened to that concept?
Absolutely. Let's talk about it, and I want to go into a little bit about accountability. And I'm going to let you tackle it in any way that you see fit. Let's talk about accountability for that office.
Okay. Well, I just feel that, the office has got to, of course, prosecute the crimes that are committed in the county. And I think even before we get to prosecution, let's talk about the visibility of the office in the community. I think that's important, because we want to keep our children out of the system.
Yes.
And how do we do that? Let's get to them at a young age so that they are not in a situation where, they're thinking that this is a good thing. Okay? I believe that we should be in the schools. We should be talking to them. We should be mentoring our children. We should be making education stronger. I mean, everybody's heard about the school to prison pipeline.
Yes.
I mean, let's not even go there. That's not acceptable. That has to stop.
Yes, it does.
Our kids have to be reading on their grade levels. And of course, we all play a role in that. Parents, aunties, siblings. I'm the youngest of 6 children in my family growing up. And I remember sitting around a bed when nothing was on TV. We only had one TV in the household, but we would read to each other.
Yes, come on.
We have to get back to that. We have to get back to reading to our children, to our grandchildren, to our nieces, nephews. I had a nephew one year, and this was a joke. My sister thought it was funny. He says, "Aunt Patsy, don't buy me any books." I'm buying you books.
Yeah, exactly.
I think books are a great gift. So it's just a thing of, in our community being more accountable and not accepting situations that are there. We have to break that school to prison pipeline. We have to do it. We don't have a choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have to do this for our legacy, for our grandchildren, for people coming up here. This county is going to only get better, but we have to get out there and vote. I think 2020 is going to be a hard push year because we have the presidential primary coming up in March.
Yes.
Then we have, and if there are any runoffs there, then we may have to go back again.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we have the May primary, the Democratic primary in May. We have to push that. People have to come out to that. And then if there are any runoffs there, that has to be looked at. We have to be at that voting booth every time there's an election.
Exactly.
We need to be there.
Absolutely. Leonard?
I was just sitting out on our contact web pages and everything where you can go to Miss Gadsden's website and check out her position and what have you. And people know who know me from radio know that I rail on the district attorney's office. And because of interacting with them and trying to get more people to find out what's going on. And I think it would be great for schools to get involved.
Yes.
So folks know the role of the district attorney, so it will motivate some of those young people as well.
Yes.
Because one of the biggest regrets I have is not, participating in Georgia State's JD MPA program that they have now. And I think people need to understand the law, especially if you're going to be breaking it. So
Wow.
it's better to know what you're going to get than you go up there and you get that gift. Just personal experience.
When
I
you make
thought
that
I was
left turn,
going
put
to
a
a
signal.
hearing. No, personal experience from a friend, from a family member. Thought I was going to a hearing. But he went there and wound up in prison for 15 years. He called us on the phone. They're going to do it all in one day, bro. I thought I was just coming here. I thought I was getting out. No, they're going to do it all today. So there is with reform and things like that. How do you see the impact on individuals in the system as far as they sitting in jail extreme amounts of time before actually going to go before the judge and things like that? Are there certain efficiencies that need to be looked at in the system?
Definitely. I think pretrial detention, we should shy away from that as much as possible. If a person commits a crime, why should they start doing the time before they even convicted?
Yeah,
I mean, we have to think about that, and we have to do what we can in our society to prevent that. And that goes to, bail reform and things of that nature. Let's look at what that's causing, because basically, if you're not a threat to the community and you have significant ties to the community, you should be given a bail that you can make.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So would you say that your position is not with that cash bail system? Because, in certain counties you work, sometimes we raise money on different occasions. Like I think for Mother's Day, the effort was to be able to pay bail for a lot of different mothers that were in jail. So are you against cash bail? You just think it should be within reach?
I think it should be within reach. That's supposed to be the law. It's supposed to be a bail that you can make, not one that's just impossible.
Exactly. Now, hold on. We got a couple of calls. As a matter of fact, Sherry, you have anything on your heart right now?
Yes, I was just thinking about the bail process. I feel that if you can make bail, whatever amount it is, and you're saying that you're innocent, and you pay that bail, your family puts their house up and pays that bail for you, and once it has been proven that you didn't do it and the evidence is there, you need to get that money back. That's just how I feel, because there's so many people that have been tried and had to post bail and spit this money out, and you tell them I didn't do it, and the evidence is there, and they put you through all the stuff, and I just feel that you should get that money back, especially when you've been set up.
Well, I think in that scenario, you have to look at, how are we doing the bail system? You have private companies involved in that, and basically what they're doing is putting, there's a percentage that the family might have to pay, and the bonding company is responsible for the balance of it. So they're taking a risk, technically saying that they're ensuring that this person will show up for trial, and that person shows up for trial, then their job is complete. So, but if the person is being unlawfully prosecuted, then there are other civil remedies if there's found to be some kind of problem with how the person came under accusation. If there was false witnesses and things of that nature, then there are civil remedies that the family can go after those individuals. You used the word set up. If that's proven, then there are civil remedies for that.
Good deal. We have hold on, sister. Hold on 1 second. We have Laugh. Are you there?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Anything on your heart? Got a question?
No, I'm good. But I'm just ready to get off the line, man, because I got to take medicine, man. But I just want to let you know, man, I'll see you Saturday.
Okay.
In Liberty, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
At the comedy show, man, and hope everybody can come out, man, for a clean night of laughter, man, and fun, and enjoy with your family. Bring your family and friends. You got to worry about covering your children's ears or sitting there cringing and waiting to see what somebody's gonna say.
Yes, exactly.
And but we already know the system is jacked up, man, and we don't get out here and vote. We never talk about change.
Exactly. Now, let me ask you this question: what is one of the things about the district attorney office that a lot of people just don't know or understand?
I think probably they don't understand the power that's in that office. I don't think people really understand that.
Okay.
While campaigning, we were going around, and still will continue to do that, go around and meet people in the barbershops and the hairdressers, and something hit my heart really hard. A person indicated to me that they were in a training, and I can't have nothing to corroborate this with, but he indicated that our incumbent indicated to the group that he's God over Gwinnett County because he decides who lives or dies. That hit me so hard because I'm like, none of us need to put ourselves at that level.
Come on.
God is who he is. And as a servant of the people, I think the DA's office, you have to be servant to the people. You're not above the people to lord it over them.
Exactly.
So that's where I'm at. I'm like, we have to bring a different vent to this office. Right now, I believe that that's what's coming out of that office. We have to be better.
Yes.
We have to be better.
Now, I want to yield some time right now. It is now 8:54, and I want to yield some time to you, whatever's on your heart. And in the course of that, ask for their vote. Because I don't want nobody to say, well, she didn't ask for the vote. Well, yeah, she's about to ask for your vote right now. So I'm going to yield some time to you. How much time you need, sister? The floor is yours.
All right. I would ask that the listening audience just share this word. Let people know that 2020 is an important year on so many different levels. I'm running for the district attorney's office of Gwinnett County. There are elections across the board that we have to be concerned about. And I am asking for your vote. I'm asking that you educate your family, educate your social circle, let people know that this is something that we have to do. I'm asking for you to vote for me in the Democratic primary, which is scheduled for May 19th, 2020. We should have some early voting dates. Once those dates come out, get out there, vote early, because we want to make sure that everyone's vote counts. Right now, in our community, there were 22,000 purged voters from the list. You want to make sure that your name is not showing up there. So get out there early, vote. If there are any issues, they can be corrected. There are numbers, voter helplines that you can call if you experience any difficulty in voting. So I'm Patsy Austin Gatson. I'm asking for your vote. Democratic primary, May 2020.
Good deal. And I want to take this opportunity right now to personally thank you for coming in with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We definitely appreciate it. And the door's open. You need to come back over here. Come on back over here.
All right.
We get country sometimes, so come on back over here.
Thank you.
Don't make me scream at you on the radio every day.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And it's a lot of people think that just because we're activists and we've been doing that so long that we have this huge hatred for the criminal justice system. But we don't, because I'm very much about law, just that it be done fairly.
Yes, absolutely.
And if we could remove racism from the equation, I think things will work a lot better. And so I love when people run for offices like this. Every day I can't imagine, I didn't know you were coming today. He tries to say I have a bad memory. But this has been a blessing.
And you can go to my website, patsyforda.com. You can find out information. We are always in a posture right now. We are raising funds. If you see that you're able to do $5, $10, it doesn't matter. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Good deal. Now, what I want to do right now, while we still have her here, don't go to us. We're having an event this Saturday evening. This Saturday evening at 6:00. We've actually partnered with Gwinnett County School District, and we're doing something called a Cup of Love. And we're filling backpacks full of non-perishable foods. They've actually given us 2 schools right now. I can tell you the schools is Shallow Elementary School and Shallow High School. We're actually taking backpacks full of non-perishable food to the schools on Thursdays. So on Friday they get a backpack to take it home, and they have food to eat over the weekends. You'll be amazed with even here in Gwinnett County, man. It blew my mind. But there's a lot of kids that don't have food to eat over the weekend, and we're trying to do our part in curbing that, and providing these backpacks. Now, one of the ways that we're doing it, we're having a comedy show, a clean comedy show that was laughing a lot. He's actually going to be the headliner. We're having it here this Saturday from 6 o'clock until we're done. It's called A Cup of Laughter to support A Cup of Love. So if you're not busy this Saturday from 6 o'clock until, again, whatever, it's a $10. It is a $10 charge, and that money is going toward providing the food. You got the backpacks already. Now we got to get the food to go in the backpacks. And so if you're not busy this Saturday, and if you can find it in your heart to come on out, have a good time with us, it's clean comedy. You could bring the grandchildren and grandmama. All of them could come, everybody in between. They could come and have a good time. You ain't got to worry about covering their ears. You ain't got to worry about...
And I'm not on this show.
No, he's not on this show because for certain reasons he can't be on this show. He cannot be on this show, but he will be. He will definitely be in the building. And so when you come out, man, if you don't mind, come up and shake my hand, man. Let me know who you are. And shake my hand. Let me know. And I'm hoping that we can have a young lady that's running for the office to be out here Saturday too. She might even get up there and tell some jokes. We got an amateur night. She might want to get up there and tell a joke or two. You never know. And so I want to definitely invite you to if you're not busy this Saturday. I know your schedule's very busy. Yeah, young man. Likewise. And so we're about to get out of here for today. I want to again thank her for coming out and bless us. She blessed us today, man. And I encourage each and every one of you. Like I say, I can't tell you who to vote for, but I will tell you who I'm going to vote for. And if you look, she's sitting at the table right now.
And go to the webpage and everything that she just mentioned to donate to her campaign. I also posted it on DKM Ministries page as well. And if you are on Raheem's page, you can go there as well and share the broadcast as well, so folks know about her position and how to get in contact with her.
Exactly. Now, before we go, will you tell them one more time how to get in contact with you? If email or what?
It's Patsy Austin Gatson. My email address is patsy4da@gmail.com, and my website is patsy4da.com.
Good deal. Now, Leonard, tell everybody what's going on at 3 o'clock today.
If you were not able to listen to this broadcast in its entirety, you can do so at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, yes.
Which will be rebroadcasted on www.dkmradio.com.
Good deal. Jamie, you still with us?
Yes, sir.
Pray us out, brother.
Most definitely. Most Holy Father, we thank you, Lord. Father, we just thank you for the information, the words of wisdom that have gone forth. And Father, let it not fall on deaf ears. The call for support, let it be heard. And the opportunity for justice to have his voice. Let us remember that as we leave this program, the things that have been said, let it resonate in our minds, that we might be conscious and make conscious decisions as we move forward. And Father, we know that 2020 is 365 days, just another day that the Lord has made. But Father, we pray that the desires and the wishes that our official here has raised and stated, that we'll keep those in mind, that as we move forward, your will be done. And I pray that you shall order her steps throughout this election, that she might be victorious, and our steps as well, that we might truly come to realize that justice is real. And it may flow down like a river and cover and feed and water us all. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. We are about to get out of here for today. Again, absolutely. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and more than that, thank you for allowing DKM Radio and the Morning Glow to be a part of your morning. We're about to get out of here for today. Let me see what song I'm gonna play. I got so engulfed in the conversation, I didn't even get my song. Let me see. Let me get some a little upbeat because oh Lord, now all of a sudden, now he want to be the DJ, y'all. He want to be the DJ.
We need some at least Tribbett level energy.
Some Ty Tribbett. Let me see here,
or
Lord.
Something on that level.
Okay, let me see. Lord, my Jesus. Okay,
for people who just waking up.
Okay, we'll do some Ty Tribbett. Let me see. We don't want that one. Lord, man, see, you got me all unprepared here. Ain't got my song
play your
ready.
Song, man.
Oh Lord, my Jesus.
Anything about the Canton Spirituals, we done.
Anybody? What's wrong with the Canton Spirituals, man?
Not right now. Fred Hammond, something.
Lord, have mercy.
Fire.
Anything. How about some? We'll do this right here. We'll do some. Let me see. Can we get some Kirk Franklin? Franklin, I Smiled. How about that? That's good.
Excellent.
Oh, we even got look. She over there. She over
Make a
there. She
better
over there.
choice.
Shake her head. Yeah.
That's always a good choice. That's
Okay,
a go-to.
good deal. We're going to go with some Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin, I Smile. It is now 9:02. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. Now we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Now take it out there into this cruel world that we live in and let your light so shine. This is Kirk Franklin. The name of the song, I Smile. Love you.
I dedicate this song to recession, depression, and unemployment. This song's for you.
Today's a new day, but there is no sunshine. Nothing but clouds, and it's dark in my heart, and it feels like a cold night. Today's a new day, but where are my blue skies? Where is the love and the joy that you promised me? Tell me it's alright.
I'll be honest with you.
I almost gave up. A power that I can't explain fell from heaven like a shower now.
When I think how much better I'm gonna be when this is over,
I smile, even though I hurt, see I smile. I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been here for a while,
what you do?
I smile.
Come on and
Smile. It's so hard to look up when you've been down. Sure would hate to see you give up now.
God's people.
You look so much better when you smile. So smile.
Now every day ain't gonna be perfect, but it still don't mean today don't have purpose. Come on.
Today's a new day, but there is no sunshine. Nothing but clouds, and it's dark in my heart, and it feels like a cold night.
It ain't easy, but
Today's a new day, but tell me where are my blue skies?
where is that love, y'all?
Where is the love and the joy that you promised me? Tell me it's alright.
The truth is,
I almost gave up, but a power that I can't explain
that Holy Ghost power, y'all.
fell from heaven like a shower now.
Now I know we've been hurt, y'all, but still,
I smile,
come on.
even though I hurt, see I smile.
Y'all feel that?
I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been here for a while,
Still,
I smile.
hallelujah.
Smile. It's so hard to look up when you've been down. Sure would hate to see you give up now.
God's people.
You look so much better when you smile.
Let's go.
Smile for me.
Whoa.
Can you just smile for me?
Whatever you're in right now,
Smile for me.
smile.
Can you just smile for me?
And my people say,
You look so much better when you. You look so much better when you. You look so much better when you.
I say,
You look so much better when you.
and while you waiting,
You look so much better when you.
yeah, and while you praying,
You look so much better when you.
look in the mirror.
You look so much better when you.
Always remember,
You look so much better when you smile.
Come on.
I almost gave up.
I almost
A
gave
power
up.
that I
then you gotta have something happen then. I want you to have joy, cause can't nobody take that from you. I see you. Smile. Y'all want some more? Y'all want some more of that? Are y'all sure y'all want some more of that?